You made it, man.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you, there were thoughts that I did not enjoy right in the middle of that.
Like, stand up.
Okay.
And look.
Oh yeah, stand up. Oh, all right. That's the point right there. My hands leaving this wood. That's the struggle point. It's amazing how much resistance just comes at that moment. It was heavy.
Hello.
What's up?
Morning.
How you feeling, man?
Dude, I'm wearing the same shirt, actually.
Are you?
Under my hoodie, but yes.
Under the hoodie, yes.
This is my first time to come to work and have, like, my Do the Damn Work shirt on. You know, I mean, what? About time.
You're actually, like, in uniform.
Yeah. All right, so what we got today, man?
Man, today's gonna be a good day because I had this thought about something I call the success triangle. That's all I got.
Okay. The success triangle.
The success triangle. We're gonna head out to Mount Bunnell. I haven't been there in probably 10 years, so should be some good views out there and a powerful lesson about this success triangle that's in my mind. I think it's real. It's amazing how that happens when there is like this adversity that one or a group of people have to go through. It's amazing how they come together. But then it's so easy when things are comfortable to forget all that shit. Just forget that the struggle is what made you what you are today, or what made you feel more compassion than you could ever feel when things are comfortable. I mean, we're gonna talk a lot about the struggle today, because it's real. So I used to drive this way every day I got an apartment over here on this side of town, this west side of town. And the apartment was called 3500 Westlake. And I would drive by that apartment every day, that complex, every day when I took Ari to school, because she went to St. Stephen's, a private school over here. And I would look up, I would look at their balconies, like they had these corner balconies, and I would be like, man, I'm gonna get an apartment there one day, just because I like the balcony. And then Ari went through some situations and needed me to, we didn't actually live together full time at that time, so I got an apartment right there across from the school so she could live with me. And I didn't know that I was actually gonna get an apartment there, but I drove by and I pulled in. I was like, look, put out the application. Before I got home, they called me and said, all right, you got the apartment. I was like, what? This is the craziest thing that's ever happened. And I ended up getting the exact apartment that I always looked at the balcony, because it looked out over the sunset every night. That's the one I wanted. I got it.
Nice.
So people talk about like, what is that, like law of attraction and all that. I don't really, I believe in like the law of action, but it was pretty amazing that happened that way. And so every night I would just see the sunset from my balcony, because I'm on the 3rd floor, so I was up as high as you could get. Beautiful, man. I keep seeing these end dates, man.
Yeah.
Keep seeing them. And it inspires me to go to war with myself more every day. And just keep doing things we love.
It's true. It's like we're running into tombstones.
Yeah. But that's the reality. It's the reality of that. We never know when the clock is going to end. You know, I'm speeding around this corner right now, and it's the things that people don't want to talk about, but it's real. Even when it's happening, like it's happened to somebody close to you. You know, somebody's passed away suddenly, or you know, they come down with a terminal illness and it takes their life in a couple months. You just never know when it's time. But we get caught up in all these things, like how society wants us to be, and the things that have happened to us in the past. And I get it. It's easy to get caught up in those things and identify with them and let them stop you from doing all the stuff you want to do in life. But really, man, like, we got this one life to live. Why not do everything you can with it? Fight through those things that are holding you back, the fear, the circumstances, the emotions that you feel that day. Fight through the bad stuff you might have done in the past that you feel shame and guilt for. And just start, you know, taking steps to live the life you want. Take small steps. So the end date is coming. God, think about it, the end date is coming. So I'll talk to you about the lesson that I wanted to teach today. In every episode that you watch, I want to make sure that you can take something away that you can actually take action on. And first, I have to give you perspective. And so I had this idea for what I call the success triangle. There's really 3 key components to becoming more successful over time. And success is different for everybody, okay? Doesn't mean you've achieved like this financial status that people have an idea about. It could be that you just have a better relationship, you take care of your fitness and your health on a regular basis, you still have all your hobbies that you do in your life, and you know, you take adventures. Those kind of things can make you feel successful. But how do you make that stuff compound? And there's 3 key components, so we're going to talk about them. Component number 1 is understanding that there is going to be a struggle, right? And if you're not willing to deal with the fact that there's going to be a struggle, then you'll get into this whole situation of quitting, quitting, changing paths, thinking that this might not be for you, whatever it is, whatever your it is. But the struggle has to be part of getting to success, okay? Struggles build the strengths, right? So you have the struggle, now you're starting to build strength when you accept the fact that there's going to be a struggle. And so as you start to build these strengths, you become a stronger person. You build trust for yourself. You build this self-confidence. You build the fact that you can layer one skill on top of another. Once you build those strengths start to reveal success. Right? So struggles build the strengths that reveal success. Now here's where a lot of people get a little mixed up, because you might experience one level of success But the next thing you have to understand is that success brings on new struggles. So that's the what triad we'll call it, right? Struggles build the strengths that drive success, which reveals new struggles that build strengths that drive success. It never stops. The challenging part is a lot of people, including myself in the past until I started to understand this and build this on my own, is a lot of people get to the struggle point and just think that this is too uncomfortable, this might not be for me. And so they get back into this waiting and procrastinating and fear and the comfortable life until one day they get frustrated enough to say, okay, I got to do something about this, whatever this is, and start again. And then that struggle presents itself again. It's not going anywhere. The struggle has to be there. It's the only way to get to the success on the other side. So hopefully that makes sense. 3 components: struggles, strengths, success. It just repeats itself over and over. So that becomes the importance of being willing to go to war with yourself every day. And if you don't know from the first episode, WAR is an acronym I developed for win against resistance. Resistance is always going to be there. It comes in so many ways. Some are very obvious. Most are really subtle, right? Resistance is the thoughts you have every day that hold you back. The fear that you're feeling. The circumstances that you're dealing with today that keep you from staying on the path that you know you want to be on. The spouse that you had an argument with. The guy that cut you off in the traffic going to work. The boss that said the wrong thing today or didn't appreciate you enough. The friends that weren't there for you when you needed them. There's resistance that comes in every single way. Sometimes the resistance is really good things, right? Seemingly good, like that TV series that you really want to sit down and watch because it makes you feel good at the moment you're doing it. There's nothing wrong with that sometimes, but is it stopping you from what you really want to be doing? So win against resistance, and that is something that has to happen every day. There's this tattoo I'm going to get later on my hand. It's going to say rent is due. Every day you have to pay the rent for achieving the thing that you want to achieve. In order to pay the rent, you're going to have to fight against the resistance. So go to war every day. Now, what a lot of people do, and what I found in my own life, is that they feel how uncomfortable it is to actually go to war every day. Why do I want to get uncomfortable and struggle every damn day? It just doesn't make sense until you realize that pyramid that I talked about, or those 3 key components. You must struggle in order to gain strength to have success, and then repeat over time. So here's a good analogy for resistance. Think about going in the weight room and lifting weights. Those weights want you to do the wrong thing. They want to put you in bad positions, okay? Where you win is when you start to build the strength to do the right thing with the weight, to maintain the form, to have the right path when you're doing the lift. But the weights, they don't want you to do that, and they're always going to be there every time you show up at the gym. This is the same thing that happens in life. Life has these weights that it presses on you, right? And it doesn't have to be doom and gloom, but it's the reality. Weights pressed on you, it wants to see if you're going to get in bad form, or you're going to keep your form tight, and you're going to keep showing up every day to press against the resistance. So that's what going to war is all about. Win against resistance so that you can experience the success triangle.
So the reason I asked about the scared of heights is because whenever I've come out here in the past, now I've only done this one time, I'll keep it real, but I had this idea. I'm like, okay, it's the highest spot in Austin allegedly. But there's this pavilion at the top when you get up here that's like just this wooden pavilion, and I'm like, well, I guess the highest of the high would be standing on top of this thing. Granted, I don't think we're supposed to, but I figured out a way to get up there. So I thought you could get up there and check it out if you ain't scared, man.
Since you figured out a way to get up there, I can actually get up there and check it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, on the other side of here, you climb here to up there. When you get up there, it's more ridiculous than you think. You can see the entire Austin cityscape over here. It's nuts.
Game for the attempt.
Yeah, I feel the nerves on you, man. I thought you were going to war.
I'm really looking at this. Sometimes a proper war requires thought and strategy.
Yeah. Oh man, it's missing.
Look, that ain't good. And it's probably not going anywhere, but it's just, where are they? They're just gone.
Dude, it's that easy, man. Talking yourself out of it. The war, bro.
Got it.
Awesome. So,
I want my foot here.
yeah, okay.
How the
Did
you get through here?
Too wide, man. Too much muscle.
I don't know how you do that.
There you go. Get that foot up there. Oh, you got this, man. Oh, he's got it. He's in. You made it, man.
Yeah.
Hey, dude.
I'm not gonna lie to you, there were thoughts that I did not enjoy right in the middle of that.
Well, check
Here
this out, man. Like, stand up.
Okay.
And look.
Oh yeah, stand up.
Look behind you.
Okay. I like that.
Got this. Just stand up, man. And I'm telling you, it's a lot more secure than you think. And as soon as you're standing up, it's like the weight will fall off you. There you go.
Oh, all right. That's the point right there. My hands leaving this wood. That's the struggle point. It's amazing how much resistance just comes at that moment. It was heavy. So that's when you know it's time to go. Oh. My God. Holy shit. So I didn't look up yet. I just had to get the legs conditioned. You see my leg? Could you see my legs shaking? Ah. Now see what I did? I made myself more comfortable. Your battery died. I immediately went back to a more comfortable position. I put my foot down here. I'm good right here. I'm good. Don't need to challenge this or do anything that's gonna make me more uncomfortable. Not. Hey y'all, appreciate you watching. Somewhere around here, if you missed any of the previous episodes, you'll see some of those. Just make sure you click on them and go check those out. Also, make sure you click on the button to subscribe because that helps the channel to grow and get this message out to more people. So, previous episodes and the subscribe button. Do those two things. I appreciate it.